Greetings!
Hello, everyone.
And you are?
I am the nerd.
Ah, excellent. Unfortunately, he cannot be playing the multi-pro with us. He doesn't really have a PS3.
Not anymore.
No. Oh well. So, people said I should use the Basiris Rock, so that's what I'm gonna do. We're just quickly checking to see what skills we got to work with, what kind of equipment we're using. Because, you know, people want to know. I'm sure there's like one person out there that wants to know, and they'll complain if I don't.
Yep, there's always one. Though the Basiris Rock's a good choice because it's one of the more difficult weapons to fight khezu with.
Well, it does have a lot of fire attribute, and they give you a demon drug with this setup, so, you know, it's a pretty powerful setup.
But then you bounce off of everything.
I don't know, I didn't really have that problem when I was doing it. I just don't like the music tone choice. There's nothing good against khezu. Well, except for the run speed, but that's about it.
Right, but that comes with everything.
Yeah. And the harder to break where you don't bounce off of them.
Right, I forgot about that. Maybe I was thinking of a different weapon. Yeah. I'm thinking of Greatsword. Greatsword's the one that's hard to fight khezu with.
I don't know, I've actually... Yeah, Greatsword, of course.
In the training mission.
Yeah. Yeah, the Greatsword is terrible to fight khezu with because you can only use power attacks.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. So, that's right. That's the reason why I'm pausing so much here is because I was talking in the live commentary. I don't remember what I was talking about, to be honest. But that doesn't matter because we've started the quest. So, buffing up first, as always. And yes, I do quite horribly against khezu because I am atrocious at hunting horns, and I have to get very close with the hunting horn to even hit.
Yeah, most people actually never played hunting horn. I think I was one of the few people I know that enjoyed using it.
I actually enjoy using the hunting horn as well. It's just, some monsters is not very handy against. So, you've got the no quakes, which is useless against khezu, but, you know, it's not bad skill. But there's only one useful skill, like I said, the run speed thing.
Yeah, pretty much. When I remember, the first time I played through Unite, I ended up going through the entire game with hunting horn. And in hindsight, that's a very poor choice.
It's not a very powerful weapon choice, at least. It'll take a while to kill monsters.
Yes, especially I remember being stuck on khezu for a very long time, actually. I was trying to make his hunting horn.
Oh, and you couldn't get his brakes?
No, I couldn't get his brakes, and it was just difficult as all hell.
Yeah, the brakes is really tough to get on khezu. I can never really get the back brake on video. Whenever I don't have the footage running, I always get the back broken. And that's just through gunning him with a gun lance, and then sometimes the back breaks.
Well, when in doubt, just shoot him with like a bow gun, an actual bow gun.
And that was actually pretty lucky right there. But even with like bows and bow guns, I don't know. I'm terrible at using them. I've never really been able to break the back with the bow or bow gun.
You're probably not using enough pierce shot.
Probably not. You know, the back is still, pardon my French, a bitch to break. Also, I figured I would use some rocking tools just because I'm using a Basiris Rock against khezu. Because who wants to listen to nothing?
Nobody.
Exactly. That's you know, I have one video where, you know, fighting khezu the way it should be. You know, didn't do any music editing. But I decided, you know, from now on I'll be, you know, putting just to spice up khezu fights a little. That way people will suffer under my choices of music.
Well, I can't complain. No. The normal music for Monster Hunter gets boring after a while.
Yeah.
I actually ended up playing most of my Monster Hunter on mute or some other background music?
Well, usually what I do when I'm sitting and playing Monster Hunter on the PSP is I have like a video running in the background while I'm sort of partially watching and partially hunting the monster, and then I got the headphones on for my PC.
That's a very risky decision.
Well, it's not like I'm, when I'm not recording, and I don't have, I can afford to make mistakes, because nobody will ever see them. Okay, fair enough, people do see all of my mistakes while I do the Let's Play, but trust me, it can be a lot worse than when I actually record things.
Right.
But I don't know, it's just, it's a way of doing it, and then I make sure to make up for, that I'm gonna get hit a lot more. That I just take my time. I have 40-some minutes, and probably watching a Let's Play, and there's like a million episodes of whatever Let's Play I'm watching. So, it's a good way to waste your time. Again, the problem with fighting Khezu is getting close to that head and whacking him.
It's actually, if you put your mind to it, there's some interesting ways you can hit him. If when he's doing the Blanca shock, if you do the hammer fall the right way, you can hit him while he's doing the Blanca shock.
Well, again, this has got something to do with me just not being skilled in the hunting horn. Not having fought Khezu with a hunting horn before either.
Right.
Well, to be fair enough, I've actually won all of the training missions at least once with every weapon, as you could see.
Obviously, you haven't done the G-rank training missions then.
Well, of course not. I can only do the ones I got access to.
Yeah, fair enough. Like I did all the low rank ones with every weapon. And I thought I was awesome. I was like, yes, I'm the man.
And then you do
I'm gonna go do the G-rank ones. And then, holy crap, I think I did them all with one weapon, and I was like, no, I can't
Never
do this.
again.
I think the one that broke me was Coffer of Laganga with the gun lance. That was awful.
Yeah, Langanga's gun lance is just painful to do because you're so slow with the weapon.
Yeah, and especially Coffer of Laganga. It is the one time in Monster Hunter I feel like I really cheesed the game, where I lured him to the edge of the zone.
Yeah.
And I'd hit him and then run out of the zone. And I'd come back into the zone, and he'd like do the 2 turns and like do something, and so I'd hit him and then run out of the zone. And I just kept resetting him like that, and it still took me like 40 minutes. It's the only way I could beat him with that stupid gun lance.
Wait, so how could you enter and leave the oh wait, it was the special training, right?
Right, yeah, the training
I was gonna
missions.
say, yeah, how can you enter and leave? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave the special training for another day to explain how it works. But I actually quite like the special training. I'll put it that way. Give my opinion on that for those that know what it is.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's just that one particular fight I didn't like.
But this is not a bad weapon against Khezu. Damage-wise, it has fire element. Khezu's weak to fire. And it has pretty beefy damage for a hunting horn, and the fact that you're fighting a Khezu. So, actually pretty overpowered weapon against Khezu.
Right, well, as far as the normal game progresses, you don't get the Basarios Rock until well after you fight Khezu.
Yeah, exactly.
In the single player.
So, it's a pretty powerful weapon. The only downside is it doesn't, the hunting horns don't have much range, so you have to get all the way up on Khezu's grill, which is dangerous.
Of course.
Very risky business. Actually, the first, and he's limping, he's weak. But actually, the first, I would say 10 arena fights I did not know that there was items hidden.
Oh yeah, I think I learned that just through one of my friends when I was playing through them, because at the time they were more experienced with Monster Hunter. So they're just like, come here, gather this. I think we were gathering shock traps.
I noticed it because one of the flavor texts is going to be the trick to fighting this monster is gathering the items we set up for you, or something like that, right? So I figured it out through the flavor text.
Ah.
Because I actually read that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever read any of the flavor text in Unite. I read it in Try, since Try was more designed for an English audience.
No, that is true.
So basically, just because the guy in Try was such a big like dick, I loved reading everything he had to say.
Yeah. But that was khezu, and I took way more hits than I probably should have. But I got it done.
Yeah, think of all the training school points you missed out on because you had to use items.
I know. I mean, I could have... Think of all the points that get converted into farm points that I don't have like a million of because I don't use them for anything, and you know, I've been farming the monsters over and over again. So I pick up quite a few wyverns tears.
Also, you just send Trenya out on his boat over and over and over
Well,
and
I
over.
only send him out when I need something like I've sent him like out to get tons and tons of sinister cloth.
Oh, of course. I just got in the habit of sending him out all the time just for no reason.
Gives him something to do.
Yep, and it used up my Poke points.
I don't know. I'm pretty stingy with the farm points because I know that things are pretty expensive in the farm. And you want to get the upgrades, especially if you're only playing the single player and you don't touch the multiplayer, because then you won't get the gathering missions for high rank stuff. So you have to get it all through the farm.
Right, that's very true. Actually, I got saved from some of that just by having a dedicated group of friends to play with.
Well, no, it's getting pretty hard to find dedicated people for Unite if you're starting out on Unite.
Yeah, fortunately for me, I started out with Freedom 2, which has some small small differences. Whereas Unite was a bit more polished, and we graduated.
There's the flavor text for that I mentioned, that there's gathering spots in there.
Oh, there we go.
I was like, hey, wait a minute. Gathering spots in the arena? Let me check this out. And then I found out, oh, yes, wonder if it's also the same for the others. So
they give me shock traps? What?
Bombs? Oh, that makes it a lot easier. But this is gonna be... I'm gonna give people a quick rundown of what equipment sets there are available to us. Or, well, me, I guess. Since I'm the one who will be suffering with whatever choice people choose. But, you know, we get the dual swords that with the equipment set so we don't use stamina very fast when we run or when we use Demon Eyes or while charging a charge weapon. So that's actually not bad for the dual sword setup.
It's actually very nice.
This setup, though, it's really terrible.
You have water resistance.
Yeah, water resistance. It's
to be fair, for the longsword, you don't really need too much. It just does so much damage.
I know. Actually, the longsword's pretty overpowered. That's why a lot of people use it. And it comes with Thunder Element too, just to make it easier.
Yep.
So, you know, the equipment setup not great, but the weapon is great. Just whack on those legs and topple them over again and again and again.
All day.
And another hunting horn. This time in drum form.
Yes, hunting horns for life.
They are pretty cool weapons.
And that one has the attack boost.
Medium attack boost, even.
No, but it has the notes for it. So you could play yourself an attack boost.
Oh, yes,
as well.
That's right. It has really great notes, actually. But isn't this like the best for low rank hunting horns? White, yellow, red.
I always preferred red, blue, actually.
And we get a good old-fashioned lance, and you get a shock trap. Honestly, I'm terrible fighting a daimyo with a lance, only just because I always fight him with a hammer. But it gives you some guard skill, which is pretty good.
Lance is always good. Lance is just the best weapon in the game, so you can't really go
Lances
wrong
are
with
great
it.
weapons. It's just, I'm used to fighting the Daimyo Hermitor with a hammer, so whenever I use a different weapon, I suck at it. Because I
Fair
know the
enough.
hammer just completely destroys the Daimyo Hermitor. And we get a light bow gun. No, wait, bow, sorry.
Yep, bow.
Yes. We got some power coatings, some sonic bombs, a little this, a little that. And runner again, so when we're charging, we're using less stamina, or when we're running, less stamina used. So that's actually really good for a bow.
It's actually not a bad bow setup.
No,
It's pretty good.
it's not a terrible bow either with the extra defense and the damage it does. And I think rapid all the way up to level 3 rapid, so that's not terrible either.
Yeah, it's really nice. I remember playing the Tigrex one, and the level 3 charge for that was Scattershot.
Well, that'll be the weapons that people can vote for. So go ahead and vote, and for the next hunt or training mission, I will use that weapon. See you next time.
Bye bye.